People remember Sirius loudly, the rebel, the runaway, the son who escaped. Stories like him are easy to tell. Heroes usually are, but nobody tells stories about the child who stayed. I was quieter than Sirius, softer, easier. The son who smiled politely, the son who sat still, the son who learned quickly that good children do not argue. Mother like that, at least I thought she did for years. I mistook approval for love. Do you know what it feels like growing up beside sunlight? Someone brighter, braver, impossible to ignore. Sirius filled every room he entered, and somehow I loved him for that. Even when it hurt, even when every comparison ended with me coming second. Because when Sirius left, he escaped and I stayed behind. After the shouting stopped, after mother's crying, after father's silence, after everyone stopped saying his name, I became the son who had to be enough for two children. So I tried, God, I tried. Perfect posture, perfect grades, perfect air, perfect pure blood son. And every time mother looked proud, I felt emptier, not fuller, emptier. Came Voldemort, and at first he felt like purpose, like certainty, like finally belonging to something larger than fear. He spoke, people listened. He entered, people obeyed. And boys like me, boys desperate to matter, would have followed anyone who made us feel chosen. So I gave him everything, my loyalty, my future, my name. I was 16. Sometimes I think people forget how young that is, because darkness always looks grander from a distance, until you stand close enough to smell the blood. Then came creature, sweet, loyal creature, do you understand? In a house filled with coldness, that elf loved me. Not because I was important, not because I was a black, not because I was useful. He loved me because I was me. And when I saw what Voldemort had done to him, something inside me cracked quietly, like ice beneath dark water. Because suddenly it wasn't politics, it wasn't destiny, it wasn't blood purity, it was cruelty, pointless cruelty. And for the first time I looked at the Dark Lord and felt afraid of what I had become. So I made a choice, not because I was brave, I wasn't. I was terrified. Maybe courage isn't fearlessness. Maybe courage is trembling and walking forward anyway. Maybe courage is doing the right thing, even when nobody will know. I remember the cave, the cold water, the potion, the pain, the way my hands shook. And through all of it I wanted my brother. Pathetic, isn't it? Dying beneath a lake and still wishing Sirius would appear. Still wishing he'd tell me I finally did something right. Still wishing he'd be proud of me. But he never knew, no one did. I disappeared beneath the water, like I had never existed. No monument, no celebration, no victory, just silence. And maybe that's the cruelest thing about Regulus Black. Not that he died, not that he was forgotten, not even that he was alone. It's that for so many years no one realized he tried to come back. He tried to be better. He tried to choose humanity over fear. And nobody saw it. Softest, and perhaps that is why I could finally see what the others could not.